Hello, everybody. This is Bente Liljaby from Norway. You just heard Bing Crosby sing the famous song White Christmas by Irving Berlin. And this song um, was made popular during the World War II, and the soldiers fighting in a war were homesick, and this song, the longing home and for White Christmas, represented their longing for peace and homesickness. I will come back to the song a little bit later in this online meeting. If you stay on, I have some surprises for you. It is Christmas time, so I have put together a few gifts for you, and I will start to talk about what exactly do we mean by White Christmas. So I will share some slides I made for you. Just hold on. We will talk about um, different aspects of a white Christmas. Just and dreaming of a white Christmas was what exactly do we mean by it? There are some definitions. I will present some of them for you. Where do we find a white Christmas? How do we measure it? Some statistics and predictions, and also a link to climate change will be covered in this short presentation. I think we will be here for 20, 30 minutes or so. I'm Bente Liljaby, as I said. I am a astrophysicist. That's my background, but I have been working on earth sciences and particularly Earth observations for more than a decade. And I think I will tell you my story, what a white Christmas means to me. If you hold on a little bit towards the end, I will tell you. But before that, we will go into this the text a little bit. White Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, and so we will talk about what a white Christmas is. What how much snow do we need in order to be able to hear sleigh bells in the snow? And you will understand why this is a something we will discuss when we talk about the definitions later on. And the same goes for the word bright. And all your Christmases is, of course, related to climate change. So we will dig in. So, what exactly is it? Well, the snow, the white Christmas is referring to snow. That's obvious. And in order to get snow, we need some precipitation, some water, plus the right temperature. And the freezing point, the key point for getting this white stuff is around 0. Well, it's actually actually more or less exactly 0 degrees Celsius and 32 Fahrenheit. There is also sleet, which is a mix of snow and water, so you can get sort of a white stuff out of that as well. Now, there are several definitions exactly what constitutes a white Christmas. It wasn't really a big issue for me. It's just something I started to think about when hearing this song so many times, and then suddenly started. What exactly do they mean? What constitutes a white Christmas for non Scandinavians? I would say. And it turns out there are several definitions. In the United States, they require 1 inch. That's the amount. In Canada, it's a little bit less, 1.79 inch or 2 centimeters. They have the metric system. In the UK, all they require is falling snow, and there the definition by the Met Office in the UK is one snowflake at a particular point. Um, they have different stations. And in Ireland, which is very close to UK, They actually require snow on the ground, so lying snow. In the Nordic countries, I will come back to that later on. So they also have timing included in their definitions. In the US, it's 25th morning, so Christmas Day on the 25th in the morning. You are aware that Christmas is celebrated in different ways. In here in the Scandinavian countries, we are celebrating Christmas Eve rather than the morning on the 25th. In Canada, it is even more specific, as I found it is 7 a.m. It needs to be 2 centimeters at 7 a.m. on the Christmas morning. In the UK, it's a wider range uh, from all covering all the 24 hours of the 25th, so from midnight to midnight. And in Ireland, they have 7 a.m. on the Christmas morning. So that's the definitions. So the definitions is in the Nordic countries, as you will probably understand when we take a closer look to the map behind here on the slide, where you see where snow cover is. I mentioned here on below, at the bottom of the slide that of course you have snow on the Arctic and the Antarctic, and basically you can find snow all year round in many alpine areas. And in Asia, just to mention that, um, around Christmas, they are celebrating more Christmas now, for instance, in China than they used to. But of course, Christmas is related to Christianity for first and foremost, even though that has changed quite a bit. But in Asia, they are also celebrating Christmas now, but they call back to where you can find snow a white Christmas. They call their mountain areas where you can celebrate white Christmas if you want to, snow mountains, indicating that there's snow on the tops year round. So where exactly is the chances of getting a white Christmas? This map is a little bit weird, maybe not the normal projection that you are used to see. This over here, you have Antarctica and South America, North America here, US, California over here, and Canada. And this pink area is the polar, the Arctic Ocean, polar region, Greenland here, Alaska, and over to Asia. Norway, where I'm from, is here. UK is here. Europe, Africa, and you go to China. Here is the Tibetan Plateau, and Australia over here. So you see that this region here, the black is indicating definitely a very cold region. So the name, just to mention that, the name here, the cold region, comes from a group of specialists working on the cold regions in a organization called the Group of Earth Observations, and there are specific or observations necessary or particularly of particular interest in the cold regions that it is common throughout, as you can see, this area here. So that's where you can find a white Christmas. Let me see. So how do we observe the white stuff? We have different definitions. Of course, the common word is snow. And this particular, the list of variables I have listed here is what we can observe with satellites. So we can observe which part of the planet that are covered by snow. You see a background image here from 2013-14 winter, 2013-14, taken by the MODIS instrument. And you can also measure the depth of the snow cover and of course the temperature, and that's the key elements that you measure in order to find out where um, and how much. In this case, we need to know how much as well, um, where you find white Christmas. There are other um, data that is collected that describe in more detail. I will not go into that right now. And so, how can we? I mean, since White Christmas is such a big deal for many, uh, how can we predict and know if we will be able to experience a White Christmas? And based on the before mentioned observations, we can make forecast and even longer time predictions. The map you see here is of the United States and is made by NOAA, the US Meteorological Office. And you see here, based on statistics over many, many years, historical data from 1981 to 2010, and they update this yearly, by the way. You see the probability for a white Christmas, obviously based on measurements done in this period. So you see where it's most likely, or even the likelihood of you experience a white Christmas. And obviously here, the mountain range, this is the Rockies. So you see, it's if you go to the Rockies, you are pretty sure to experience a white Christmas. And the south of Texas here, most likely not. But there are outliers. I will mention that. So even in this rare regions far south, there are years where you actually have not only snowfall but also a white cover. I don't remember exactly which years, but you can find that on the internet. So now I will reveal what is my story, what White Christmas means to me. And remember, I didn't want to go into what White Christmas meant for what kind of definition we have for people living in the Scandinavian or the Nordic countries. And that is simply because we take it for granted, more or less. It is a natural uh, thing. We have White Christmas basically every year. But ironically, this year we do not. So I will go back to me. Let me see. Yes. So this year we are actually having a very, very green Christmas. And that is the discussion point in our part of the world. It's not like in the UK, for instance, they are betting on whether or not they will have a white Christmas. And you remember the definition of a white Christmas there was simply one snowflake on a specific point location. But here, so they are discussing and betting on whether or not they will get a white Christmas. We are more concerned, what's happening? It's a green Christmas. That's very strange. And for me, like I said, I will tell you my story. What is exactly a white Christmas for me then, if I think about it? And that is related very much to our customs, local customs. I live in the southern part, well, uh, slightly on the southern side, southern half of Norway. So it varies. I mean, Norway is a very long country, and part of well, approximately half of the country is beyond the Arctic Circle. Anyways, down here in the south, we have all the same normally a white Christmas, and what we do at Christmas time is to go on the first day of Christmas or the Christmas day. We go skiing. That's the tradition. Family and friends, they go take out their cross country skis and go skiing. That's the part of the routine of the tradition. So of course you can. What we do is to discuss what the condition was, because even though it's normal that we have a white Christmas at the end of, so as you know, 24th and 25th, sometimes it's not that much snow. But snow is definitely a snow cover deep enough so that you can go skiing. I would say that the white Christmas for me. Let me see now. Uh, it was just this little presentation of White Christmas was simply a very spontaneous thing that came to mind because I started to think about what exactly White Christmas meant, and I will probably do another one that where you can get a little bit more details and more of the nerdy stuff if you are interested. And in fact, if you are interested, even in the gift, I promised you a little Christmas gift, and I will send it to you if you send me your email address. That's all I need, and I will send you some interesting facts about White Christmas to you via email. So I will show you where you can send it. Mm, Here I put up a couple of links actually. Let me see. Yeah. So what you need to do in order to get those gifts and the replay of this webinar, you can either contact me. You can fill in the first link there. It's a little long. I will leave it up for a while. Um, and I will post it on my Facebook page, which should be easier to remember. It's simply my name after the facebook.com. So Bente Liljaby, you can see it there on the screen. And if you send me your email address, I will send you the gifts and perhaps even more information related to Earth observations. Okay, I think that will be it for today. Do you have any questions? You can I don't know if you understand how to get to the chat box, or I'm not sure if that's possible here. Like I said, it was a very last minute idea of mine. I think in case you want to ask me more questions, if there are particular questions that popped up when you heard about the information I gave you, just send me an email. Send me a message on an iMessage on Facebook or by Google Plus. You find me also on Google Plus and of course on YouTube. So just go ahead and do that. I leave this page up for a little while, and so you can write down the email or simply my name. That will be sufficient for you now. So I wish you with this. I wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and celebration of the fact that now the days will be longer. As we say, the sun has turned, and that's also something to celebrate. So happy holidays. See you, Elaine, again soon, I hope.